And that is being effective practically. We see all over the world. Because it is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's blessing, yaha hoite sarva siddhi haibetam. Holi kale naam bina ghoti nahi. So, that is recommended by Sukdev Goswami also. Kalo dosha nidhi rajan asti jiko mahan guna kirtanadeva krishnasya mukta sangha parang bhajet. Simply by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one becomes liberated from the resultant action of sinful life, and at length he is promoted. Parang Braja, Takradehang Punarjanmanaiti Mami. This is the process. So, this Krishna consciousness movement, Hare Krishna movement, should be spread, and that is actually auspicity for all people all over the world. One.
How the Krishna consciousness movement can attract the attention of the whole world, and how each and every man can feel the pleasure in this Krishna consciousness, is stated in the Padma Purana as follows. A person who is engaged in devotional service in full Krishna consciousness is to be understood to be doing the best service to the whole world, and to be pleasing everyone in the world.
Yes. This is statement in the Padma Purana and many other Puranas, Vedic literature. The same thing is confirmed. But simply by taking shelter of Mukunda, one can be free from all types of obligation. Devarsi bhuta kaninam pitrinam. There are so many obligations. We are obligation to perform, to satisfy the demigod, the great sages, general human society, Pitrinam, the Pitris, forefathers, so many obligations. But one who takes shelter of Mukunda, he has no more obligation. Nayang rini no kinkara raj. Simply, by just like watering the root of the tree, you can satisfy the trunks, the branches, the twigs, the leaves, the flowers, everything. Similarly, sarvahana achyuteja. Simply by executing devotional service, you can execute all other obligations without any deviation. Well,
in addition to human society, he is pleasing even the trees and animals because they also become attracted by such a movement. A practical example of this was shown by Lord Chaitanya when he was traveling through the forest of Jharkhand in central India for spreading his Sankirtan movement. The tigers, the elephants, the deer, and all other wild animals joined him and were participating, in their own way, by dancing and chanting Hare Krishna.
Yes, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu practically exhibited that Harinam Sankirtan, Krishna Kirtan can attract even animals, tigers, elephants. They also join with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Of course, his power, our power is not the same, but there is potency. The potency, as we become powerful gradually by chanting Hare Krishna mantra, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has shown that one can come to the stage of enchanting the forest animals also. Go on.
Furthermore, a person engaged in Krishna consciousness, acting in devotional service, can develop all the good qualities that are generally found in the demigods. It is said by Sukdeva Goswami in the 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 18th chapter, 12th verse, My dear king, persons who have unflinching faith in Krishna and are without any duplicity can develop all the good qualities of the demigods.
Yes. A devotee can develop all the good qualities of the demigods. Immediately, because Cetadarpana Marjanam, as soon as the heart is cleansed, because the soul as he is pure, asangayang purusha. The spirit soul is not contaminated or does not associate with the material modes of nature. It is simply an illusion, misidentification. Just like a water and oil does not mix, but it appears that oil is fallen in the water. Similarly, although we are in this material world, in the material consciousness, our identity is not actually in material consciousness. It is simply just like dreaming. The example is dreaming. Just like in dream, I see so many hallucinations. Actually, the dream is false. I am separate from the dream. But while dreaming, I think I am actually enjoying or suffering. Similarly, by the association of the modes of material nature, we are thinking like that. Otherwise, we are free from the contamination of the material nature. Simply by changing the consciousness, immediately we can transfer ourselves to the spiritual platform. So, the more we become advanced in Krishna consciousness, our original characteristics, which are very pure, they become manifest. Just Shasti Bhakti Bhagavati Akinchana Sarvai Gunai Tattva Samasati Sura. The factual example is here, these European and American boys, they were addicted to so many nonsense habits, but since they have taken to Krishna consciousness, they have given up all these nonsense habits immediately, without any very great endeavor. This is the fact. Just Shasti Bhakti Bhagavati Akinchana Sarvai Gunai Tattva. Pure character, pure qualities will be manifest. Harava Bhaktasya Puto Mahadguna. Similarly, that's the opposite. If one is not a devotee of Krishna, he cannot have any good quality, however he may be educated academically. That is not possible. Harava Bhaktasya Puto Mahadguna. Therefore, at the present moment, although the leaders are all very educated academically, but still they cannot bring in peace in the society because they are godless. Harava Bhaktasya Kuto Mahadguna, great leaders, on account of their godlessness, they cannot lead the people nicely. Therefore there is no peace and prosperity in the society. One.
Furthermore, a person engaged in Krishna consciousness, acting in devotional service. It is said by Sukadeva Goswami, on account of a devotee's high grade of Krishna consciousness, even the demigods like to live with him, and therefore it can be understood that the qualities of the demigods have developed within his body. On the other hand, the person who is not in Krishna consciousness has no good qualities. He may be highly educated from the academic point of view, but in the actual field of his activities, he can be seen to be baser than the animals.
Yeah. We see sometimes one man is very educated, highly university educated, but practical life baser than animals, because he has no Krishna consciousness. He is not a devotee of Krishna. A devotee of Krishna cannot be like that.
Even though a person is highly educated academically, if he cannot go beyond the sphere of mental activities, then he is sure to perform only material activities and thus remain impure.
That our so-called advancement of education means to live on the mental platform. Harava Bhaktasya Kuto Mahadguna Monorathena. They have no information of the spiritual platform. There, after bodily concept of life, the next platform is mental and intellectual concept of life. But spiritual life is beyond mental and intellectual concept of life. So, unless one comes to the spiritual platform, even on mental and intellectual platform, he cannot do anything good to the society.